Angel， 可能不小心瞄到你的麦了。
Okay. Hello. Good evening. I forgot to turn on my microphone. Okay. Hi. Okay. My name is Angel. Let me introduce myself. I'm the organizer for tonight's event, and thank you for everyone to join us tonight. Okay. Myself, I'm a realtor in Kuala Lumpur, and I'm also an expatriate. I originally from Taiwan. And because somehow there's my husband's work, that's why we have been staying here for 10 years. And I'm glad that I can, I have a career as a realtor, so I'm able to help different of the expatriate and people who has MM2H visa. As we all know, since in September last year, there are many there's a new announcement from the Malaysian government, and I've been getting lots of calls from the friends and people who are clients who are MM2H visa, and I can feel the anxious from the people that they don't know. Okay, if anyone has a microphone, please have it off. Thank you. So that's why I have the idea to host this event, because I think people need to address their concern and they need to speak to the professional. Okay, so tonight I'm very honored to invite the lawyer, the Ichestan. Ichestan is from the lawyer office, Esther Ong lawyer office. So let's get Ichestan to introduce himself to us.
Hi everyone, I'm Ichestan. I'm managing partner of Esther Ong and Sri, a law firm that has been established more than 22 years in Taiwan, Sumanjaya. I'm very thankful also for Angel for inviting us to come to give a talk today regarding to the MM2H. I believe that MM2H is really a hot topic right now. In fact, even for the past few days, or when we flip over the news, whether it be online or physical newspaper, you can see that MM2H is still a topic that's so controversial. And even right now, some of the states like Sarawak also disputing about it. And even Johor Sultan also actually had some word about it as well to actually express dissatisfaction. So I think this is a very good topic that today I believe, hopefully through this talk, everyone will have a much more better and clearer idea about MM2H, the new policy. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Chris. And then next one we want to introduce is the lawyer owner, Ms. Esther Ong.
Thank you very much once again, Angel, and of course, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I also feel very privileged to be invited again to talk about this topic. Just to add on what Ichas has said, not only that Sultan of Johor made comment about it. In fact, Sultan of Johor personally went to see the PM to ask PM to actually change the whole new requirement, that they have, so to speak, imposed. But I'm quite glad the government is taking heed of these I would say real objection, from the floor, from the ground, and even as you know, the Sultan of Johor even personally met the PM. They are doing something, they are really doing something to revise it or to amend, or the worst scenario, let it be the status quo. That means let it be the same for another 2 years. That's what, in fact, we have proposed, because I'm also one of the council member of what we call the Federation of Malaysian Businesses. So we have also put a proposal up to PM. So what we say is that, if just say take a long time for you to revise, why not just be status quo? That means let it be the same as the previous one. Okay, back to you first, Angel.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, I believe everyone knows the new regulation of the MM2H, but let me just run through the slide here so we can still have an overview, knows the changes here. 1 second. All right, so as we know from this infographic here, originally the requirement is monthly offshore income is 10,000 ringgit, and now the threshold has raised up to 4 times, which is 40,000 ringgit. So with this salary, it's more like a higher managerial position or corporate owners would have this income. Okay, and then the fixed deposit, it was between 150 with the 150,000 ringgit, which is for 50 above, and for 50 years old, under is 300,000 fixed deposit. But now all raised without the age limit, you have to have a fixed deposit to Malaysian government's bank for 1 million. That's quite a lot, yeah. Okay, and then another one that before previously the minimum requirement asset was 350,000 or 500,000 ringgit. Is also the threshold was depends on the 50 years old above or below, but now has changed to minimum permanent saving of 1 million and 1.5 million of a liquid asset. All right. And before there's no minimum stay needed, but now has changed to
没有，你跟爸爸讲吗？就是你爸爸回来的时候，你就跟爸爸讲，哇，我可不可以
Hello, sorry,
来？
please
然后
mute
爸爸
it.
讲吃东西呀、那些什么东西，就跟爸爸讲哦，你要
1 second.
煮啊那些。
Someone is not been muted. Let me just mute this guest. All right. Okay. And then so now the new regulation has a 90 days minimum stay. Okay. And previously there's a social pass renewable for 10 years, means they give you a visa to stay for 10 years, but now it's renewable every 5 years. Okay. And then previously there's no processing fee. I know previously the application fee, if you have an MM2H agent help you to go through the application, on the market price is about 7,000 to 10,000. It depends on how many households in the family, how many people in the household. And then now has changed to process fee to 5,000, okay, for principal applicants. And now for the subsequent, your spouse or your children's, okay, or your parents, that'll be 2,500 each. Okay, so without paying, all these thresholds has been strike a lot of people and caused people lots of concerns. Okay, so today the purpose of having this open talk is we are not going, there's no solution, but we know the Malaysian government is trying to make some good changes. But if right now we know some of our friends who are MM2H visa residents in Malaysia. Okay, so you can directly address your concern because our guest speaker, Mr. H.S. Tan and Mrs. Esther Ong, they are professional MM2H lawyers. So now we can just directly to have an open talk to whoever you can speak about your concern.
Okay, hi everyone. So I would like to share the screen also, Angel, for the PPT slide. So I think I need your help to perhaps allow me to share screen as well.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, just a moment. Okay, okay, like how I have been stated in our flyer, right? Today is going to be a dual language. So just now, I'm glad that our Miss Angel already explained to everyone briefly about the MM2H in English. So right now, me and also my partner Esther, we are going to explain also MM2H in another language, which is Mandarin language, and at the same time as well, we are going to elaborate also on the point of the details, about the MM2H and also on the application procedure of MM2H, and also we also know that MM2H sounds to be not so hopeful or rather motivating, or rather that motivating at the juncture. However,
we do have from the church what doing outside of it, but somehow they know. They say you are speaking tonight. You're
okay, no issue. I think perhaps some of us might have forgotten to mute the mic. So a kind reminder to everyone, please mute your mic. But definitely we'll have a section of Q&A section. Whoever have any concern, any question you want to ask, we will have a section reserved for you at the very last of this program today, so that you can express whatever question you have. Okay, so we come back to this particular talk. So so right now, do allow me to actually speak in Mandarin to also help those audience over here who actually who actually prefer Mandarin to be able to understand this talk in a better way. Okay, so 大家好，我是陈律师。今天呢，想要跟大家分享关于这个马来西亚的2021年的第二家园政策。所以刚刚的话呢，其实 Miss Angel 呢也是有跟大家大约的讲述了关于马来西亚这个第二家园这个政策，这样子的新政策跟旧政策的这样子一个比较嘛 ，comparison。然后听了这个比较过后，可能大家觉得说啊，怎么办呢？好像有很多担心、担忧，有很多的忧虑嘛，很多那个门槛就不自觉的被拉高了。虽然说目前 因为这个新的这样子一个第二家园政策的这样子一个新政策呢，其实呢还没有正式实施，是在10月才会正式实施嘛。但是呢，陆陆续续有很多风声已经开始在泄露着这个第二家园新的政策的这样子的内容详情，而它的门槛因为高很多的关系，所以想必很多人会有很多这样子的担心和担忧。那今天呢，除了跟大家分享关于这个第二家园政策的新的这样子一个 requirement 新的需求之外，其实呢，我们会跟大家一起分享，到底我们有什么样子的对策，有什么样子的折中方案是可以来去处理这方面的问题的。好，事不宜迟，我们现在进入第一个 slide。OK， 所以刚刚我们说到嘛。MM2H 呢，其实是蛮不乐观的一个变化。怎么说呢？其实，在2021年呢8月11号，马来西亚呢就是在内政部呢有宣布，就是在这个10月呢会再一次重新启动 MM2H 第二家园的计划。其实过去的 MM2H 都一直以来都在马来西亚实行嘛。其实呢，也因为 MM2H 的关系，是一个过去是蛮宽松的，门槛是蛮低的，所以也某种程度上呢，也帮助了马来西亚，其实成为了很多这样几个外国这样子一个人民，当他们想要退出的时候，马来西亚呢其实也成为这样子一个首选的国家嘛。因为我们都知道，马来西亚其实呢，我们没有天灾，我们没有所谓的火山爆发，我们没有所谓的那种地震海啸，其实都非常非常的少嘛。所以因为马来西亚其实比起其他国家是有着这样几个地理上的比较安全的优势，再加上其实马来西亚其实有很多各方面的这样子的资源是非常的充足的，所以比起其他的国家，其实马来西亚也因为这样的关系呢，其实在世界各国当中都成为了一个很适合退休人士长期居住和退休的国家。而因为 MM2H 这样子一个过去 MM2H 这样子一个第二家园计划，也吸引了非常多这样子一个外国人民呢，然后马来西亚长期定居，也让马来西亚呢成为了这样子一个退休的这样子一个天堂，退休人士的天堂。但是非常不幸的，就在最近呢，其实第二家园这个计划呢有停止了一段时间，从去年到现在其实都有停止一段时间嘛。然后现在呢，其实也还没有正式的再次去重新启动。而在过去这个8月的时候呢，政府有说到，对于这个10月，在即将来到的10月呢，会重新再次启用这个计划。而这个计划呢，这个 MM2H 虽然说还是用回一样的名字 MM2H， 但是很不幸的是，名字虽然一样，但是内部已经不再是一样了。内部已经改变了，到底有什么样的变化呢？当中呢，其实有几个是蛮大的一个改变的。其中一个是什么呢？那就是过去其实外国人呢，在马来西亚呢这个计划，所以让外国人在马来西亚可以逗留 ，OK 一段时间，就是可以逗留到10年。但是，就算今天你符合了新的 MM2H 这个第二家园的资格，你只能够留到5年而已。留到5年之后，你就需要可能再一次去 renew， 再次去续约。当然，再次去续约的时候，也可能出现一个状况是什么呢？可能那个时候 MM2H 可能有另外一个版本 3.0 了。所以当时如果那 3.0 再一次拉高门槛的话，你就必须要再次去满足 3.0 的门槛。所以这样子的话呢，就的确对于这样子一个退休人士来说，其实是蛮不乐观的。为什么呢？我相信退休人士很多时候的心理是觉得说，想要找一个地方是长期可以定居的。不需要这么头疼，不需要烦恼说啊，我之后要搬迁啊，我之后要处理这个手续那个手续等等的。但是因为这样子的 MM2H 2.0， 我们把这个称为 2.0 嘛，新的这样子的改变，我们把它称为 2.0 嘛。因为这个 MM2H 2.0 的改变，其实呢变成说，就算你今天能够符合 MM2H 2.0 的标准，你也只能够在马来西亚待到5年而已。之后你就要再一次的去申请 MM2H， 能不能留在马来西亚，能不能达到这样子一个再一次更新的机会，这个部分是不确定性的，是充斥着很多不稳定性的。也因为这样子的关系，其实这让很多想要退休的人士不得不打退堂鼓。所以这个新的这样子的 MM2H 2.0 却潜藏着这样子一个庞大的危机。所以其实根据这样子一个 PEPS，OK， 就是我们马来西亚有某一个部门去计算，其实因为这样子一个新的这样子一个 2.0 的政策的关系哦，其实啊导致了他们有做一个内部做一个计算，就是一旦这个 MM2H 2.0 启动的话，会对马来西亚造成什么样子的后果呢？那就是马来西亚会损失37亿马币的收入，37亿耶，各位 37亿的马币的收入，马来西亚会因为这个 MM2H 2.0，我们会遭受这样子庞大的损失。所以只要今天都好，这个 MM2H 还是成为很大这样子一个议论的课题。所以只要现在呢，就是还没有真正的肯定说是不是这一个就是最新的要求，可能只要最后都好，还是有这样子一个改变的可能性。因为其实有各大的这样子一个团体啊，包括这样子一个刚刚像 Esther 我的这样子一个合伙人他说的嘛，柔佛州的首相，他也是跟柔佛州的这样子一个苏丹呢，也是跟首相呢来去提出说这样子一个 MM2H 2.0是这样子一个不恰当。所以其实这个 MM2H 的政策呢，还有很多改变的可能性。但是今天呢，会跟大家分享，目前呢，我们已经得到这样子一个消息是什么？好，第一个，所以呢，在过去的时候，这样子一个 MM2H 1.0呢，只要是每一个月就是外国人士来到马来西亚，包括退休的那些外国人士来到马来西亚定居的时候，只要他们能够证明每一个月呢有马币10,000，就是马币1万令吉的这样子一个收入，其实呢就已经可以符合这个第二家园的资格了。但是这个 MM2H 2.0呢，把这个门槛从原本的1万提升了4倍，也就是马币4万。就是尤其是在现在这个时候嘛，我们都知道这个疫情的关系，其实充斥着全球所以，要对于这样子一个全球这个疫情的状况之下来看的话，要把 MM2H 的这样的门槛从马币1万提升到4倍以上，是马币4万，其实是个非常让人感到匪夷所思这样子一个决策。因为一旦这样子去做过后，真的其实会变成说，能够符合这个资格，有这样子的能力，每一个月有4万收入的那样的人士，其实是真的非常少的。因为 MM2H 的这个第二家园的计划，其实原本的主要对象是退休的人士。但是试问各位，有哪一个国家有多少个退休人士是能够每一个月在我们退休过后，想想看，在你退休过后还可以有每月4万块的收入的，有多少个人能够达成的标准呢？而且这个收入都好，不能够包括在马来西亚所得到的收入，必须要从国外得到的收入。当然虽然说那个收入的这样子的种类呢是非常广的，可以包括养老金，可以包括过去你可能在其他国家你有这样子的房地产啊，你有租金可以收，也可以包括你可能投资一些股票，其他国家的股票，然后呢，那股票呢可能给你这样子一个投资的回报等等。所以这一些加起减呢，你必须要每一个月有4万，你才能够符合这个第一个条件跟资格，否则的话就没办法过这一关。第二个条件是什么呢？需要证明流动资产。何谓流动资产呢？就是说像股票啊，像你的银行的存款等等，就是它就是跟相对于这样子一个房地产是不流动的嘛，对不对？不要流动的资产，像股票啊，你在银行的钞票啊等等，所以这些是比较属于流动资产。而这些流动资产呢，如果今天一个人他要申请这个 MM2H 2.0的这样子一个第二家园的话，他必须要拥有马币150万令吉，他必须有马币150万令吉的存款，你必须要最少一定要把它放在银行成为 fixed deposit。所谓的 fixed deposit 是什么呢？那就是定期存款。你这150万令吉，你不可以拿去做别的投资你只能够是买股票，可能是放一个 fixed 这样子的 deposit， 银行的 fixed deposit 存款。所以不能够去买房地产。你如果拿这150万拿去买房地产的话，这个房地产的这样子一个价钱呢是不被归纳的，是不被认定的。所以这里可以跟马来西亚政府说我有150万令吉的这样子一个房地产但是在马来西亚的这个第二家园的政策的2.0的角度来看的话，这是不被认定的然后呢，申请年龄过去的话呢是21岁，只要符合21岁就可以申请了。但是按照目前的这个2.0的这样子一个门槛的话，已经把21岁提高到35岁了。对于提高的理由，其实说实在，直到现在也还是一个谜。为什么从21岁提高到35岁呢？其实我们也是还在寻找着到底背后的理由是什么，背后的这样子的目的是什么？到底这样子的改变真的对马来西亚有好处吗？其实直到现在，这还是成为一个 question mark， 一个疑问句。然后第四是什么呢？就是其实呢，在马来西亚政府呢，就是批准能不能达到这个 MM2H 第二家园的2.0的这个票券的这个资格的时候，他们看的并不是你的不流动的资产，你的房地产有多少，这不是重点，反而他们看的是你到底手上的流动资产有多少，这就是重点。然后呢，目前呢， 定期存款的话呢，也是提升了那个标准嘛，就提高到100万令吉了，已经提高到100万令吉了。所以因为这样子的关系呢，其实对于很多这样子一个海外的人士们，当你们想要来马来西亚长期居住的时候，刚刚像 Angel 说的嘛，其实真的是有很多担心担忧。其实这个我本身听到各式各样的担心担忧，就是说天哪，这样的标准其实真的根本就是像神仙一般的那种高度啊，就谁真的可以达到这样的标准呢？哦，而且比起过往的话，其实虽然你达到这个申请了这个 MM2H 过后，其实你不需要真的限定说你在马来西亚留多久，其实有这样子一个自由权嘛。但是现在最新的标准是什么呢？你每一年哦，你必须要在马来西亚居住时间，也就等同于差不多是3个月的时间，你必须要有这样子一个持续的记录才行。所以这是一个新的一个标准，所以又多了一个重量在这样子一个申请者身上。下一个。那么对于这个 MM2H 是要怎样去进行申请呢？当然，今天跟大家讲的这个申请程序呢，是比较依据过去 MM2H 1.0的版本，因为对于现在2.0的那个程序，其实还没有正式的来去公开嘛，还没有正式的来去开放来去申请嘛，所以某种程度上呢，这是按照着这样子的过去的1.0的这样子的方向，然后去大约跟大家整理的这样子一个相关的文件呢，还有程序。首先呢，必须要有这样子一个 social visit part， 就是社交访问准证的这样子一个原件，就是原版呢，跟那个复印版本 ，OK。然后呢，包括那个表格的话呢，其实也透过他们的网站可以下载的。然后在这表格上呢，其实呢也是需要把这样子一个申请人他们本身这样子一个履历，就是他们的那个履历表，包括过去的学历啊、他们的工作经验啊、他们具备的技能还有专业知识，其实这些呢都是这样子一个考量的标准。然后呢，包括什么呢？当然这些护照其实这也是蛮基本的嘛，包括护照啊。这种4张有那个尺寸的那个护照那个尺寸的照片，这也是蛮基本的。还有一个蛮重要是什么呢？就是在你的国家，如果今天可能今天的听众有些是外国听众嘛，对不对？可能是来自台湾都好，所以这样子的话，就需要这样子一个外国这样子一个国家的这样子一个政府，可能是那个政府所给予的这样子一个认证性，认证说这个人他在行为上是好的。没有这样子一个不良的犯罪记录，没有这样子一个作奸犯科的这样子一个罪行等等，需要有这样子一个信件，然后去认可这一个人的行为是属于良好规范。然后呢，包括这样子一个结婚证书，如果有配偶的话，如果说今天包括健康的这样子一个健康状况，然后呢也包括出生证明啊，还有以及最重要是什么呢？那就是过去在3个月前的这样子一个账单，银行的账单，因为刚刚我们说过嘛，必须要证明之前那个门槛。包括了你要证明说你有这样子一个马币150万的这样子的一个流动资产，这一些呢都需要一个一个以着你的这样子一个文件来证明的，还有包括你每个月能够有这样子一个4万块的收入。其实我相信这一些文件呢都是以后当这个 MM2H 2.0开放过后，这些都是我们需要呈交上去的文件。好，当然主要重点是什么呢？我们都知道嘛 ，MM2H 有这么高的这样子的门槛，对吗？那么到底现在除了 MM2H 之外，对于外国人来说，我们如果想要来马来西亚长期定居的话，究竟还有什么选择呢？那么这时刻呢，就来邀请我的这样子一个合伙人 Esther On 王慧娟律师呢，然后跟我们分享到底究竟除了 MM2H 之外，在马来西亚是否还有其他的选择？好，有请王慧娟律师，谢谢。
不好意思，打个岔一下。OK， 我发现我们现场有些人他们其实是外国人哈，那可能我问一下现场大家的意见，看是要用英文多还是用中文多好了，因为有的是 Canadian。OK，Hello everyone, I just want to confirm with you because I know some of you only understand English. So I would like to know if everyone is comfortable to understand and to listen to the following section in English. If English is good, can you type 1 in chat box? Okay, Richard say English, and I know Richard and John, you are English speaking people, and then I know Crystal is local Malaysian. Crystal, okay, so. Okay, and Stephanie is my friend. I think she can understand English. I think it's better we the following section we conduct in English. Is that okay?
It is definitely okay, but it's just that we have prepared the PPT in Mandarin.
Okay.
No problem. I'll speak in English. But
Okay, so
in Mandarin. Yeah,
sure.
I can speak in English. Yeah, I speak in English now.
Yeah, so because probably we can do that way. Yeah, because some of them they are Chinese, they are English, so they are mixture. So if you can speak in English and people read Chinese, then I think that will work also.
That'd be good,
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Esther. Thank you.
I really thought that it is a Taiwanese audience. So sorry, because
Oh,
a lot
no.
of Taiwanese audience.
Okay. Now some other friends also join. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll speak in English. Okay, right? Okay. So I'm glad that, of course, my partner have actually spoken to you in length. Okay, right? Of course, in Mandarin, but never mind. I think what he has spoken just now, Miss Angel has also summarized, the requirement, or rather the new requirement imposed by the government re MM2H. Hence, I'm here to give you an alternative to MM2H. Yeah? So I'm not sure whether you have heard about this RPT. I wonder whether have you heard about this RPT? Yep. Yes or no? Yeah. If no, they'll be good because I'm going to introduce to you this RPT. Yeah, because RPT is I would say not new, but also not so old. It was actually introduced by our government like way back about 5 years ago. Yeah. So this comes under the Ministry of actually not under the immigration or the the tourism, which is sometimes right now the MM2H under the Ministry of MOTAC, Ministry of Tourism. That of course now come back to immigration. But RPT is the initiative by Human Resource Department. Yeah, why is it so? Because it is introduced with the aim, of facilitating the entry and stay of selected foreign talent. That's why it's called RPT, is talent. Yeah, talent. That means they have skills, they have expertise, that is required by our government of Malaysia, right? So because of that, they open up this visa for foreigners who have some talents and skills. Okay, what are the benefits of RPT? This is actually, in fact, very good. Okay, having RPT, you do not need to actually, in a sense, stick to one company. Right? I'm sure you know that normal employment pass, you need to stick to a company. You can only get employment pass if just say you are being employed by a company, right? But the beauty of RPT is that you do not need to. Once you apply RPT, you are, so to speak, free. You can actually apply to any company of your choice and work in Malaysia. That is the beauty of it, right? You, in fact, do not need to have any companies employing you to get RPT, right? Okay, and the visa is for 10 years, and you can work in Malaysia for up to 10 years. And the flexibility of changing employers without having to renew the pass. That's why I said just now, right? It's basically a working visa where you can go from one company to another. You don't even have to change employer in order to renew your pass. Okay, that's, I would say, the second benefit. The third benefit will be the spouse and the children, those under 18 years old, are also eligible to get a dependent pass. Of course, this one same with normal work permit, right? Work permit, you also can bring your spouse and your children under 18 as your dependents, right? Same thing, RPT allow that as well. Then the fourth benefit is that dependents over 18 years old, parents and parent-in-law are also eligible for renewable 1 year social visit pass up to 5 years. Okay, the dependent is only for spouse and children under 18 years old. If just say your children are over 18 years old, and of course your parents or your parents-in-law want to come, well, they cannot come under dependent, but they're eligible to get a renewed social visa instead of the few months, depending on what country you come from, right? And in fact, up to 5 years. That means every year you can actually renew it for up to 5 years, right? The next benefit is that spouse can even get employment without the need to apply for the employment pass. Okay, so again, that's the beauty of it. Once, you get an RPT, your spouse is your dependent, and your dependent can actually work, right? It's so good, right? Because under normal employment pass, your spouse cannot work, but here you can actually work without even getting employment pass. Okay, normal employment pass, your dependent cannot work. If your spouse want to work, they too must get employment pass. Can you see or not, right? So to me, this is so good, right? And then spouse and children under 18 years old are also eligible to study in Malaysia. So you don't have to go for like, you know, online course, you still study back in your own country, but you can study in Malaysia. Yeah. Okay. Next is that, okay, we talk about the criteria. Okay, what will be the eligibility for you to come and apply for RPT? So first is that, okay, you must work in Malaysia for the minimum of 3 years. That is a requirement. You cannot just, so to speak, a freshie. You first come to Malaysia and you want to get RPT. That's not possible. For that, you have to come under, of course, either MM2H, or later on, I'm going to use another alternative to MM2H, that's employment pass. So just say you have that MM2H or employment pass and you work here for a minimum of 3 years, then yes, go and apply for RPT. In fact, that's what my clients are doing. They have that EP, employment pass, but at the same time, they ask me, oh, okay, I fulfilled my 3 years already. I now want to apply for RPT. So that's what we are doing for them. Yeah. Second criteria is that they must hold a valid employment pass at that time. Okay. Remember just now, it's not really a must, but at the point when you want to register, you need to have a valid employment pass with more than 3 months of validity at the time of application. Just say by December, okay, the employment pass will expire. Then just too bad, you can't. You have to renew the employment pass first because you need to have 3 months validity before you can apply. Yeah, that's the second criteria. Third is that you must earn a basic monthly salary of 15,000 a month. Okay, so that means, because remember, I said RPT is more for talent. You must have the skill, you must have the expertise. So obviously, people with such caliber must earn a substantial amount, and they put a ceiling. You must actually earn 15,000 and above. Yeah, and that excludes allowances or bonuses. That means a basic itself must be 15,000. Okay, right? Fourth is that, you know, a Malaysian income tax file number you must have, okay, fine, because they want you to really pay income tax for at least 2 years. That means you must really at least work as an EP holder, or of course MM2H. You know, MM2H, you can actually work as a consultant, and you do pay an income tax, okay, for at least 2 years. Then only you're eligible. And fifthly, you must hold at least a master, bachelor degree, or diploma, or of course a bachelor's PhD, okay, right now, from a recognized university, from a recognized professional institution. Okay, that means they do check, okay, right? So I need your CV. So basically, give me your CV, give me all your certs, okay, right now. They will, of course, process it, and just say they didn't really say which university, but you submit, okay, that's where we have to apply, we get a consent for you, and just say that is not recognized, they will let you know. Yeah, but of course, obviously, usually the most a common university, you know, from the rest of the world, you know, will be recognized. Yeah. Then next is that you must again at least possess 5 years of total working experience. Yeah. Even though just say you already work in Malaysia for 3 years, but you did not really have your additional 2 years working in your own country, that is not possible because they need you to have working experience in totality for 5 years. Yeah. Okay. So that is the minimum requirement. I would say it's not so difficult, right? You don't have to put in income like MM2H, you know. You have to have a monthly salary, you know, from other country, from your own country for 40,000 and all that. You don't even have to pay any deposit, right? So to me, this is very interesting, and I hope that, of course, you know, look into this and well, you know, let me know. Just say you want and give me the documents. Okay, perhaps I just quickly run through what are the documents required. Obviously, a copy of the passport, right? Both front and back cover and in color. You know, your resume, as I said, your CV, very important, up to date. They in fact check very kind of like a very detail. It has to be updated. Okay, it cannot be something where you worked for many years ago. Yeah, cannot. It has to be updated up until the point when you apply. Yeah, and of course you need to have all your academic certificates. You know, even certified true copy by your party in your own country. Yeah, I can't certify because you need someone who really has. Of course, if you have the original, then I can certify. Yeah, but some of my clients, their original or in other countries, the certificate to send back to their own lawyers there, and then they certify and then bring it to me. And then of course later on is passport. You know, side photo with a light blue background. Yeah. So the background has been light blue, and your employment contract. Remember, I said your EP, that means the employment pass has been valid. So I need to have your employment contract duly stamped. Okay, it has been stamped by our government of LHDN, our stamp duty office. Yeah, and of course, again, your latest job description. That means your present job description. You must give me all your JD, your job description, and of course, also your 2 years tax declaration slip. Remember, you have to pay tax at least for 2 years, so they want your BE form as well as your EA form. Yeah, with proof of tax payment. Yeah, and also give me your 3 months salary slip. Okay, 3 months salary slip. In fact, I have one case where my this foreign client was not working for past 2 months because of also COVID and all that. So she has to like change job. That also they were so particular. They really consecutively past 3 months. So for that case, in fact, I'm appealing to say, yeah, because of COVID, right? I mean, something beyond her control. She just need to actually change job. And for that particular 2 months, she doesn't work, okay? She haven't got an employment yet. So that part also, they're very particular. They really want a consecutively 3 months salary slip, yeah? And one more thing, you also must have this no objection letter from your current employer. That means your current employer must know that you are applying RPT. This is actually very strict. If your current employer doesn't give you a no objection letter for you to apply RPT, actually it's no go, right? Basically, they want your employer to know because you come under them for your EP. So they perhaps sometimes, afraid that if you apply for RPT, remember just how I said, the benefit is that you can actually change job. You can actually not working for them and you find another employer, right? So therefore, they need to know. Yeah, perhaps sometimes, they may, spend the money to give you the EP. So now they want you to continue work with them and do not allow you to apply for RPT, is it? So that's why you need to have that no objection letter from RPT, from your present employer. And of course, you also need to have a local contact, okay? That means someone whom you know, not necessarily your employer, any local person, any Malaysian with a Malaysian my card, with a Malaysian our ID. Give me the copy of the ID front and back, okay? And in color as well. The person must sign a form which I'm going to prepare, okay? And the person must know that you are getting that person as to, so to speak, a sponsor. But of course, this time around, they didn't use a sponsor. They just say a local contact person. They didn't use the word sponsor, okay? It means, easier for you to get that local person. And you need to have a testimonial from your company letterhead. That means that your present boss, okay, must really testify for you and give you a testimonial letter, right? And of course, other supporting documents, like for example, perhaps sometimes they need more documents or they want more certification. That's where you need other supporting documents. Okay, that one I would like to know. To say you are interested to apply this, let me know. Okay, then we will let you know what are the further documents that are needed. Yeah. Now for the dependents, what are the documents needed for the dependents? Okay, just like I said, right? Dependents only spouse and children below 18 years old, right? So what I need, again, their passport, okay, their certified true copy of the marriage cert with the spouse, right? So I need that, the marriage certificate, birth certificate of the children, right? And again, obviously their passport size photo with light blue background, yeah? And of course, any other documents as needed, right? Okay, so we go on to the next, social visit pass holder, yeah, for parents. Yeah, just now I said right now, for parents, parents-in-law, and those children of yours who is above 18 years old, they can't get dependent pass, but we can get them the social visit pass because of your RPT. Same thing, we also need their passport, we need their birth cert, okay, it just say they are your children, and again, the birth certificate of your children, and affidavit just to swear to the fact that, this is your parents-in-law, okay? Because parent-in-law, you don't have any certificate to show the relationship, right? Parents, you can still show your birth cert, right? But for parents-in-law, we need to prepare an affidavit. That means basically a sworn statement for them to sign to really declare the relationship with you, right? Again, same thing, passport size photo, and of course, this one, they need a personal bond form. That means you need to then sign a personal bond form for them, okay? That need to be signed by you. It means basically you agree to be the guarantor, because it's a bond form that you need to sign, okay? And of course, it has to be stamped. Then we go on next to, fortunate, the one that above 18 years old, almost similar. You need to get all the passports, as well as a photo, certified true copy of the birth cert, okay, and the declaration that is issued by any commissioner for oath, okay, and also bond form as well, yeah, because they recognize that a child that is above 18 years old, they are adult, okay, right? Not so they need to be responsible over their work or whatever in Malaysia. Hence, they need a personal bond form to be signed to watch for them. Yeah. Okay. So the whole process, okay, of RPT, of course, we are the one who going to gather everything and we submit it. And usually, if you ask me, it is kind of fast, not so difficult, right? Within, well, of course, website says 21 days, but my experience, okay, it takes about 2 to 3 months, okay? It's not so long, doable, yeah, as long as the documents are intact, okay, they will take about 2 to 3 months to approve it, okay? Right, so I'm done with RPT, so RPT is done. Now I go on to give you the second alternative to say MM2H, they do not want to change anything, it's still so high, okay? Right, then RPT is not an option. Then I'm giving you here the third option, employment pass. I guess employment pass somewhat everyone knows about it, meaning to say that you must have a company that employs you. So when the company has employed you, okay, right, you have a letter of offer, but because you're a foreigner, you can't work, right? You need to get an employment pass so that that employment pass, okay, will be reflected in your passport. Then you can come and travel in Malaysia. And of course, you know, you have that kind of multi-entry permit, right? So it's a EP, it's an employment pass, right? Of course, the benefit for an employment pass holder will be, of course, you can bring your spouse, you can bring your children below 18 years old, okay, right? And this one, additional, you can bring your parents, right? Just like RPT, your parents or your parents-in-law are not yet dependent, but under EP, your parents or your parents-in-law are under your purview, yeah, they are your dependents, so you don't have to get another permit for them, right? So it will be again, you know, it depends, okay. From my experience, okay, I have gotten up to 5 years EP. Some are 2 years, but subsequently when I renew for my client, another 2 years can be obtained. In fact, I have done one whereby 2 + 2 + 2 + 2, almost 10 years, okay. The New Zealander was in Malaysia. In fact, you know, I can still renew for him, but because of COVID, actually at the time, so happened, you know, March 18, 2020 was the day, remember, we declared lockdown. So happened he was in New Zealand. And because of that, he couldn't come back until now, yeah. And yeah, so he couldn't come back. Of course, there a little bit of, as I said, sad thing is that when he wanted to come, okay, right now, I need to renew his EP. But the funny thing is that our government need him to come back, okay, right now, to apply for the renewal. And to apply for him to come back is another application. So he just find that it's a bit too lengthy, and hence, okay, fine. He's already 1 year over. I think this year only he thought he wants me to renew his EP. Then he find that not so necessary because he need to fly back, and I'm not sure whether, you know, subsequently he can get the renewal. So therefore he's still in New Zealand. Yeah, he thought let's all this thing over first, then he'll decide. Yeah, but otherwise, friends speaking, he could get his 2 + 2 + 2 5 times 10 years in Malaysia. Okay, until March 2020. 18th of March 2020. Yeah, and yeah, the duration of EP, the next slide, right? The duration of EP is up to 16 months, that means 5 years, right? Yeah, I can get up to 5 years, or you just get 2 years, never mind, because it's always renewable, right? And of course, EP, what are your benefits? You can work here, but you can only work with that company. You must be attached to the company. You cannot change job. If you change job, you have to get another EP that company must apply for you, right? So yeah, other than that, of course, I think there's a link there, right? That link is actually will show you the guidelines, further guidelines, okay, that can be found in our ESD online now, ESD Expatriate Services Division. Right now, all these things can actually be obtained under that website. Yeah, but of course, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask us. Yeah, okay, back to you, Angel. Hi, are you there, Angel?
Yeah, I'm still here. 1 second. All right, I think my camera It's a bit funny because I have so many channels open, but it's okay. So now, thank you so much for Esther and Etris, your well prepared and explanation. So we know there are some other alternative, but I'm sure there are some other concerns from the today's online participants. You can directly address your concern. If there are other alternatives besides those two, like a residence pass and the employment pass, what about for other people who are older in the retirement age, right? They might be concerned, but I will leave that concern to the participant today. You can directly speak up, okay? So anyone, you can just open your mic, talk to the lawyers, or you can type your concern in the text message box. Either way is fine.
I guess my explanation is so clear.
The explanation is very clear, right? So is any friends online who are interested, who would like to ask for more details? Okay, there's a text message here from John. Okay, John say, for those not wishing to work, what other options are there?
Well, I guess RPT will be the option. You know why? Because just say you have EP before, okay, or maybe you're holding EP now and you don't wish to work, then quickly take this opportunity to apply for your RPT, right? Then once you get an RPT, you don't have to work because no one stopped you actually. As long as you get an RPT, you can travel in Malaysia, you can be in Malaysia. Whether you work, actually, it's not like people going to check whether you work or not. Yeah, unlike MM2H where your money has to be there and every month you must show your income from overseas, right? But for here, yeah, not necessary. Once you get an RPT, you are free. You are free to stay in Malaysia, not working. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, they are not going to fault you for not working. They're not going to fault you for not working. So yeah, that will be still, I would say the answer is RPT. Yeah, once you get an RPT, remember you are not attached to any company. You are free to go to another company. But here, you opt not to go to even other company. Yeah. So yeah, you stay put in Malaysia. Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, thank you. And next one, Richard is asking, was MM2H originally intended as a retirement opportunity? Seems like the options are only for working people.
Oh, no, I don't get you. MM2H are not for working. MM2H is really for retirement. But because of the strict requirement, that's why we suggest this RPT and EP for you, right? So your question would be what? I don't quite get. Let me see. I don't quite get you.
You can see in the chat box here.
I don't see. I don't see the question now. Do you see it? Just...
Oh, I think it was directly to me.
I think to you. Not to
okay. 1 second, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe I can just explain on M2H as well. So what happens is M2H is definitely, is actually designed, okay, for retiree definitely. And that's why just now also when I come to explaining about the M2H, I also talk about, it's like previously for foreign retiree come to Malaysia, let's say they, in order to be entitled to get an M2H, they just need to have 10,000 Malaysia ringgit, okay, ringgit Malaysia, sorry, every month. So that 10,000 ringgit Malaysia, you can get it from by way of your, perhaps, let's say you have any saving, you have any rental, this kind of money that, coming from the foreign country, then from there you satisfy the requirement. But right now, just that with the M2H, the 2.0, which is the new version, the new requirement will require from 10,000 ringgit Malaysia, okay, to be lifted up to 40,000 ringgit Malaysia. That's why it becomes tougher. So not many retirees will be able to have such a high income, monthly income, still become such a high income earner when, especially as what I mentioned just now, the market nowadays, the whole worldwide market is in fact badly affected by COVID-19. So to be able to get 40,000 ringgit Malaysia a month, then the retire do a very proper investment. Really must have a lot of savings so that you can get interest, can get the rental in order to satisfy the 40,000 ringgit Malaysia threshold. Yes, back to you, Esther.
Yeah, correct. I think what you said is correct. Yeah, definitely MM2H is the answer for you who don't want to work, right? Yeah, but if MM2H, the government is not going to change the requirement, that's what we wanted to really help you to find an alternative. And I think RPT is a really good alternative, really. Yeah. So if just say you have EP now, my advice is that quickly go and obtain and apply RPT. Maybe Angel, you're muted. I can't hear you. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I think probably because of my meeting settings, so all these questions directly only sent to me. So there's one question that I just So John is asking, he never worked in Malaysia. So what about Sarawak and M2H?
Come again.
Okay, so John, he said never worked in Malaysia. Okay, so what about the MM2H in Sarawak? Because there's a MM2H regulation in Sarawak as well, right? Yeah.
Okay, I got you. That means you are saying that John has MM2H in Sarawak, right? So
I don't know if John has MM2H in Sarawak, but maybe he's thinking about the MM2H in Sarawak. And he sent me another message.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think he's asking whether he can apply the MM2H in Sarawak. Right. Yeah, you can. I know a lot of people has gone to Sarawak together. Yeah, obviously you can. Yep, obviously you can. Because once you get MM2H in Sarawak, of course, you can always cross border and come to Peninsular Malaysia. No problem. Yeah, just that I noticed that I think people were saying that in Australia you can get I don't know PR in certain state and then you can travel, something like that. Yeah, same thing. You can actually get MM2H in Sarawak. You can travel to Peninsula. Yep, you can.
Yeah, because as I know is MM2H in Sarawak, the regulations still maintain the same.
Yeah.
As a regional. So I know some of the people, they might want to shift to Sarawak.
Correct. But I guess you have to, I think I'm not so sure about the criteria to be met. I guess you will have to be in Sarawak for a while or something like that. Yeah, so yeah, correct. That's why we are, the Peninsula here, we are like, so to say, protesting. And since Sarawak can give such kind of relaxed requirement, why are we making it so hard, Yeah, that's one of our argument to our federal government now.
Okay. And so Richard is asking, like, so as earlier you were mentioned, right, for people who are retirement age, right, they are not able to work or they are not planning to have any employment in Malaysia. So the option would be still, what would be a suggestion?
I would still say RPT, because right now, if just say MM2H requirement is too onerous, the next best, it will be RPT. But of course, RPT requirement is that you need to work first. Then once you get an RPT, then as I said, you can actually throw your resignation letter and say you're not going to work anymore. You can do that. But at the point of applying, you need to work. Yeah. But subsequently, once you get an RPT, you can call it quit. Yeah. But of course, just to let you know, we are trying to get, frank speaking, as I said, I'm in the Council for Federation of All Malaysian Businesses. We are now writing a proposal to government to get a business visa for foreigners. That means you come here, you're not working, but you just want to invest in some companies. That means you just getting a business visa in Malaysia. That is possible. That's what we are doing now. We are writing a proposal to government. Or you have any other good suggestion, you can actually give it to me. Yeah. What are your other good suggestions, Yeah, that's what we are doing now. We actually write proposal to government, ask them to consider.
So any more questions? You can address your concern in text message or voice out. Okay, I just want to ask Esther, like before I had the client is from Indonesia.
Sure.
So he said he's in the retirement age already, like what you say. Like I'm sure most of them, how they rely on sustain their life here is through the investment income. Okay, so they don't have any employment. So if that is the case, would be most likely they will have to shift their MM2H application, redo it in Sarawak. So that way they can stay here longer.
Yeah, I would think so. For the time being, I would say the MM2H Sarawak only. Yeah, correct. For the time being.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Because I know there are certain days they need to stay in Sarawak, other days
correct. Certain days, I think certain number of days they have to be in Sarawak. So once they fulfill the number of days, that's where they can come over to Peninsula. Yeah.
Because some of the people, I believe, they already have their property here. They've been here for so long. Initially, they start in like 2008 with that very first initial MM2H plan. So they already bought the house here.
I see. So that means now the MM2H going to expire, is it? The MM2H going to expire?
Maybe it will be expired soon. I know some of my Taiwanese friends is they just got renewal recently, so luckily they got renewed without being imposed by the new regulation.
Yeah.
But for people later on, maybe few years down the road, or they just renewed. Yeah.
But I guess not to worry. I think if just say right now, you need to renew, get it renewed. Because I think they just want to put it status quo. Right. Yeah. So better quickly renew now. Don't wait for 2 years. Because 2 years, they may change. But what we're advocating is that now for the next 2 years, that means immediate now, no change. That means you can renew with status quo. Better to quickly do it now. Rather than wait later, they may change because they just feel that, which friends, because I do feel that our original requirement is a bit too low. They may increase, but they increase too high only. That's a problem, is it? Whereas the present requirements is really too low. I agree with that, yeah? So, yeah, they will change, okay? But right now, I think it's still status quo, so not to worry. Even all those, the new proposal to increase it, that's not valid yet. It's not enforced yet. So you can actually go ahead and quickly renew.
Okay. So any other concerns that we would like to address? Okay. And then, so Esther, later, can you type your contact in the chat box? So if
but then, my dear Angel, I think this time round, your chat box don't have everybody. I can only text you and interest me. I can't text everybody. Yeah, there's no everybody. All right, it's interesting.
Don't worry, I think I can tap for Esther. I can.
I can't. I don't know why I can't.
Okay.
Issue.
But you can send a message to me, and I can post it here. Probably the setting here, I don't know if I didn't change it. That's why it goes all direct to me only. Crystal just say like for South Sarawak, minimum stay is 15 days. Yeah.
You put mine as well, it just depends. You know what? Because I really want to appreciate your feedback to me, because I'm actually writing that proposal to government. I actually appreciate, if you don't mind, Angel, I put my email address as well, address. You all can actually email me, because I just want to hear from foreigners like y'all, especially y'all who have stayed here for some years. What are the things y'all want? Yeah, what are the proposals that you want to our government to implement for you? That'd be very good. You just say, can actually let me know. Yeah, I actually appreciate all your feedback. Yeah, you don't mind email me or WhatsApp me. That would be great. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Esther, I just say you a co-host. I think that would be the issue. Didn't say you as a co-host. I'm sorry.
No problem.
All right. So I hope everyone has a fruitful event today. If your concern didn't be fully addressed or been answered, you can directly contact Idris and Esther. They are my partner lawyers, and they have been serving locally and foreigners. So they will be knowing how to assist you. Okay. So if it's something that you feel more privacy, you don't want to be too open online, it's okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and contact them. Their contact in the chat box here. there are their phone numbers, cell phone numbers, okay, and their email addresses. Yeah. All right, so so far, okay, I will be sharing my PPT slide for my upcoming event here. Okay, so I'm a realtor. My name is Angel. I'm a realtor in Malaysia. I'm also an expatriate from Taiwan. Okay, so my main focus area is in Untitled, that's in Southwest City. It's a resort city. It also has a Canadian international school. It's called Sunway International School here. Okay, I know some of our friends tonight, you are from Canada, also Canadians. Okay, so welcome and thank you for coming to join us. All right, and from the downtown KLCC, my focus area is in Twin Road Exchange. That's the next rising star. We call it the next Asia Wall Street. So if you have any friends who are looking for investment in this area and also renting an office, I'll be able to assist you. And for myself, not only serve locally in Malaysia, I also helping people who are thinking about immigrate to Canada and Taiwan. Okay, I had hosted this online event in the past, but in this next coming Tuesday, I will have an online Zoom with Outtake Global, that's an immigrant company in Toronto. That is also my business partner. Okay, so I will be hosting this online immigrant event. So if any of your friends who are interested in sending their kids overseas or migrate to overseas, okay, then I think there's an online briefing on next Tuesday, which is October 5th. That would be fruitful, okay. And so thank you so much for interest and Esther joining us today and spend your valuable time and in the evening that can benefit to the people who is the MM2H visa. Really appreciate your effort and contribution. Yeah.
Most welcome.
Thank you. All right, so we will end our event today. Then looking forward to seeing you all next time. Okay, thank you so much. And here's my contact info. You are contacting me also, all right? Thank you. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next round. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.